Yeah, I should be okay. I'm a little out of shape, but not that bad. Yeah, so what a day, what a day for Wartburg football. Obviously, Whitworth coming in here, certainly a team that we respect, watching them on film, physical team, play a really strong defense over there, have an offense that's balanced. We knew that there was going to be a challenge and a fight at the start, and that's the way it was. Early in the game, a little bit of back and forth. Both defenses made a few plays in there, and that first quarter, looked like it was going to be a grinded out type of battle. Obviously, in the second quarter, we were able to kind of get the field flipped in our favor. The offense did a great job taking advantage of that. I think we blew up for about 21 points there in the second quarter, and just kind of opened some things up. Again, these two guys right here hooking up and finding ways to run the ball, and then our front, Jordan Downing and the rest of that D line starting to get that quarterback to be a little bit more uncomfortable and not want to stand in there. It was a big part of our defensive game plan that they executed. So I think just like I said, kind of getting that thing going there in the second quarter and having that success was a big part of it. And then to finish the half, with these two guys hooking up there, kind of really extend things out, getting that touchdown right before the half, and then come back out in the second half there and hit another big play from these two guys. I mean, just really got things going. And so, again, just I think we executed the game plan in the way that we wanted to, ran the ball effectively. We knew once we could do that, we'd get some opportunities over the top on offense. And again, our offense did a great job making those happen. Defensively, we wanted to keep them out of being able to run the football, the exact opposite, not let them run the football, make them pass heavy. We were able to do that and, kind of get them out of balance and then let our front really get after the quarterback and get them uncomfortable, like I said earlier. So, again, heck of a day for Wartburg. Very proud of these guys. And, again, right now we're competing to have another week together. We get to do that. So that's probably the best part about all this is I know we get to show up on Tuesday and have practice again with these guys and the rest of our group, and that's exciting. So yeah, we're fired up and excited to move on to the next round.
Jordan, from a defensive standpoint, I know you guys like to set the tone. Stopping them on that first fourth down play that they went for, how important was that for you guys to establish what you're doing defensively?
Yeah, that was huge. We always talk about it. You guys always hear us say we always want to stop the run, right? So then that makes them one-dimensional. I think that really was a big point in kind of making them one-dimensional. Obviously, they still came out and ran the ball a few times trying to stay on schedule. But when you go 0 for 2 on third and fourth and short early in the game, that kind of sets the tone for the rest of the way. So, yeah, you're absolutely correct. That really sets the tone.
Now, what made the passing game so effective today?
I'd say our guys are just making plays, getting open, running good routes. Just got to give credit to them to making plays. I mean, I have the easy job. I just got to get the ball to them. They got to do the work to get open. So it's all done.
Coach, talk about that gamble last play of the first half going for it. Why make that decision go for a touchdown?
Yeah. So we were trying to get down in there and give ourselves a chance to get in the end zone. The plan was to hopefully run a play and still have enough time on the clock to be able to kick a field goal if we needed to. Well, then a few extra seconds had clicked off when they had the 12th man on the field, and they didn't put that time back on. So at that point, Coach Wheeler had a good play that he liked, in that scenario, and we decided, hey, let's go. I mean, he felt confident we could hook up, and they went ahead and made the play. Got confidence in Niall, got confidence in Drake, and those guys. Like I said, it was huge momentum swing right there before the half to get that one in, knowing you're going to take the ball to start the second half as well. And I think that definitely, kind of set a tone for the rest of the day for us to get that one in there. So yeah, that was the gamble we took. We felt confident with the play, and I got a good offensive coordinator that I kind of refer to him. I'm not doing much on offense side saying yes or no, and most of the time I say yes. So Coach Wheeler knows what he's doing, and I trust him.
Drake, now be a credit to all you guys getting open. What's it like playing with quarterback who you know when the ball's going to be there when you do get open?
Oh yeah, Niall just throws. They're perfect all the time, It really gives you a lot of confidence, before the play or, seeing how they're lining up, just knowing like, no matter how your route goes or what's happening, Niall's going to put it in a good spot for you to make a play. And I think that just, we have so much confidence in all our playmakers on offense, like top to bottom from receiver, tight end, running back, that like Niall, no matter what, we would put the ball where he needs to. It just helps a lot.
Yeah, I'd like to add on to that just a little bit. I kind of talked about this back on Monday. We, in our press conference, talked about how we've got wide receivers and a quarterback that are all, all conference caliber players, big time playmakers. They didn't maybe get all those recognitions that I think they probably should have. But that was awesome to see it show up today. Exactly when we needed big plays, and they were going to kind of play some cover 4 and pack the box and try to stop our run game, which, again, being able to run the football effectively the way we did was great. But to have these guys step up and show, I mean, that's what they're capable of. That's what this group, the wide receiver group, our quarterback, well, you saw what they're capable of today. We haven't had to do that every week, but when we need them to do it, those guys are going to make the play. And just like Drake said, we've got as much confidence in those guys as anybody on our team. And it was great to see that happen in the second round here today to really separate that game out.
A couple of years ago, I mean, it would have seemed like making it through this quarterfinals would have been a really good season, but it seems like it's unfinished business with this group, this, kind of a veteran group.
Yeah, no doubt. And I'll let these guys speak on that too, but there's no doubt. I mean, but I think the way that we've been handling it has been just 1 week at a time. We haven't really concerned ourselves with, we got to get back to this spot or we got to go to here. It's just, hey, this week, man, what we got to do this week to make sure we're ready to go. And these guys have led the way on that. There's not been a lot of talk about what could happen next or looking back on how we got here. It's just been really kind of a laser focus on that day, just making sure we're getting better. And that's been the talk from the beginning of the year when we started doing this thing, and they bought into that. It's easy to say, that can be coach speak for me just to say that, but for these guys to do it, really, really impressive. So I can let them add to that, but you're right. I mean, the expectations are high, but right now we're just trying to take it 1 week at a time and just keep playing our style of football.
I think, yeah, you're absolutely right that I mean, anytime you make it to the quarterfinals, that is a good season, but you don't have time to reflect on that quite yet, right? There's a banquet at the end of the year for a reason, right? So, yeah, when that day comes, we'll look back and celebrate all that happened, but right now we're just really happy to have another week together with our boys and opportunity to come out at home next week, hopefully, and just compete in front of a great crowd next week with the students coming back, and we're excited to get out and compete, so, yeah.
Yeah, and I was, really proud. Just wanted to add, to that, just the way that we prepared this week. I think there's a lot of ways that during Thanksgiving week you can get distracted. I think these guys did a great job of handling that. Still being able to see their families, be with their Wartburg family here this week, but still go out and play the way that we did today. With purpose, with a focus, and that says a lot about the group we've got right now. I think that's exactly what you're talking about. Just, we want to take this thing as far as we can go, but right now the concern is, hey, next day, 1 day at a time.
Jordan, I'll bring up one play, I think it was after the turnover late in the second quarter. They had the ball down about their 30-yard line. You got about a 12-yard sack on their quarterback. Here from where we were sitting, you were getting held, but you fought through that hold and were able to get that big loss. What gives you that mindset to not officiate in that situation, just keep the motor going?
Yeah, I think early in the game I was trying to work more speed type rushes and wasn't having quite as much success with that until I transitioned to more of a power rush style for the rest of the way. And that's kind of what happened on that play. Just was able to get a good bull rush on him, clear his hands, and yeah, I'm a player, not an official, right? As much as sometimes I might think I might know more than the officials or something, but just kidding. But like we get fired up out there. But I mean, at the end of the day, we're just playing, right? Like you said, just keep playing. They'll do their job. Coach Winter's got our back, and so yeah, just trying to make a play for our team.
Yeah, and that was a huge play, right? I mean, that's with their quarterback and his ability to get out of trouble, and that was something we were concerned with all day long. He's a great football player, and so for that kind of sudden change to happen right there when it looked like we had all the momentum, and for us to be able to swing that back with that big play by Jordan and get him to the ground, it was I think that was a huge swing that probably not a lot of people noticed there in the first half with all the things, the offensive fireworks that were going on, but that was definitely a difference maker to separate things out there right before the half.
How big is it now to be hosting Whitewater? I mean, we've gone there many times, finally get to host them here in Waverly.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now, I mean, we feel pretty confident when we get a chance to line up in Walton-Hoover Stadium, these nice black jerseys these guys are wearing here, that we play pretty well. We play pretty well, and I think that's been an advantage for a long time now, and we're hoping that will continue to be an advantage here this week. And again, it was still a great crowd, great atmosphere out there today, but I'll tell you one thing, it's going to be even more ramped up, come next week, so it should be a lot of fun.